Hello, my name is Anjani Segrist, and this is going to be a short video about Jupiter moving into the sign of Scorpio. So for anybody who is interested in sort of checking out their own chart, I've been showing this really simple way of dividing up your chart to find out where the current timings of all these readings that I've been doing on the new moons and full moons, how they hit you specifically. So if you don't have a printout of your chart, I'll attach a link to a free website where you can draw up your own chart, print that out, and then cut it up. So in this video, we're going to be talking about Scorpio, and you can see what you have in the sign of Scorpio. So for this particular chart, Scorpio is as the ascendant. You want to look for Mars, Venus, Mercury, or the moon, or the ascendant. These are known as personal planets, and something that is very unique to you, to a piece of your expression as a human being. So Jupiter is the sign of expansion, evolution. It's a sort of, whatever Jupiter touches, it makes it bigger, blows it up, brings it fully into focus. So Jupiter is moving into Scorpio on the 18th of October, and it'll be in Scorpio for a whole year. So it'll be moving across the sign of Scorpio. So if you have anything along this pathway, this year is going to highlight that particular place for you. So I have a chart here of a lady who has a lot of planets in Scorpio. So as Jupiter moves through all this stuff, it's really highlighting all of these aspects of her life, which are mostly personal planets. So this year is going to be a very, very deep, intense, power-filled year for this person in particular, which is why I pulled up her chart. I really loved reading this chart. I have another chart here who has, it's a guy in Iran, and he has his north node in the sign of Scorpio at 5 degrees. Jupiter on the 18th of October will be at 1 degree of Scorpio. So it must go into Scorpio a day, at least a day or two before the 18th of October. So anyhow, Jupiter will be touching his north node. The north node being the destiny point, where you're going, what you are here to master. So for him, Jupiter is going to be expanding, blowing up sort of his life purpose area, or the area of his destiny. You know, what he's here to learn about will be expanded. This is not always a comfortable thing. So even though we're looking at Jupiter as it is a happy, expansive, making things bigger, but depending on what it hits, it can be quite uncomfortable. She also has the same exact north node. Well, hers is at 3 degrees, and Jupiter is going to hit that for her first. So one more chart here is another lady who has Mars at 3 degrees of Scorpio and Jupiter running right into that. So anytime Jupiter's within 10 degrees of anything that you have in Scorpio, that's considered a conjunction. That's considered something that's directly being activated for you. So let's talk briefly about Scorpio and what that is showing us, or what it represents in our collective consciousness. Scorpio has to do with everything that is hidden, occult, esoteric. This is the realm of shamanism, witches, priestess, sorceress, all of the power moving. Every practice or ritual or technique that is directly involved with energy, life force energy, power, I want to say manipulating energy. And that doesn't have to be a bad thing necessarily. Somebody who does Reiki or any of the healing arts that are involved with energy, that is a manipulation of energy in a way. So it just depends on how you're using that. That would make it be a, however you want to call it, good or bad, positive, negative. I think that there is definitely a responsible way to use energy and an irresponsible way to use energy. A way that reveals the essence of our full creativity as humans, and a way that conceals our true essence as creative human beings. So always use energy responsibly. People with personal planets in the sign of Scorpio know this firsthand, that, in that realm of power and energy, you really have to be responsible. There is no dabbling in the energy arts. So when we're talking about Scorpio, we're talking about that realm of the underworld, of power, intensity, and we always want to consider the resonant polarity with Scorpio. So the resonant polarity with Scorpio is Taurus. Taurus is, when I think of Taurus, I see a grassy hill, beautiful, healthy, full-bodied people, goddesses, gods, they are just enjoying the pleasure and full feeling of being on earth in a human body. So this is Taurus. The other end of that, I sort of see the dark night, walking through a cemetery, or, doing some intense magic rituals. This is a polarity between life and death. Basically, Taurus being the life, the embodiment, and Scorpio being the disembodied, full spirit, full energy realm. So when we're looking at that full pole, we want to work with both. You never want to work I shouldn't say never, because sometimes you might want to for particular reasons. But at least don't get stuck in either realm. Be able to move between Taurus and Scorpio freely without having super attachment to either one side, because all things in life are polarity. So there you go. If you have any questions about Jupiter moving into Scorpio or how that might be affecting you, I'll attach a link so you can draw up your own chart. And I'm doing some writing on this particular topic in the next few days. This is going to be a main feature that I'm working with at least for the next month for sure, but probably until December. So your questions are very, very valuable to me. They also help me a lot, because I don't know what your question might be. I only know what's in my mind. So when you give me your question, I have new information to sort through and answer, and it's really exciting for me. So thank you so much. I appreciate your interaction with me here, and I look forward to connecting with you soon.